Hi. In today's session, you will be able to apply geometric methods to create composite structures as solutions for design problems utilizing real world context. As I mentioned in the previous sessions, please remember that there are four crucial steps. Those steps are: the first one is read, understand. Read the question, understand, and interpret the problem. That means what information is presented. This is what you have to check. What is the problem asking you to find? What information may be an extra information which is not required for you to solve the problem, and so on. Second one is make a plan, especially you try to visualize by drawing a picture. Next, implement your plan, like which formula you have to use and so on. At the end, after solving, check whether your answer is making sense or not. Okay, so let's quickly jump to the first question of the day. What will be the cost of tiling a room measuring 13 feet by 18 feet? Okay, so first of all, I see that there is a room with the length 13 and width is 18. Okay, and next, this room is tiled with square tiles that are 12 inches per side and cost is $6 each. So, let's say that, let me try to draw a good diagram. Okay, so say that this room is having these kind of tiles. I don't know how to duplicate, so I may have to draw manually again and again. Well, let me not kill the time. Let's say that these are the tiles. Okay, so here the tiles are here, and the room size is 13 feet by 18 feet. Therefore, the longer one is 18 feet, and this one is 13 feet. The length and width are given as 18 feet and 13 feet, and this each tile measures 12 inches. 12 inches. So please notice that here the units are not the same. Here it is inches, and this one is in feet. Right? First of all, let me copy the information. Dimensions of the room is 18 feet by 13 feet or 13 feet by 18 feet. It is one and same. And next, tile dimensions. It is a square tile, therefore the length is 12 inches and width is also 12 inches. A square means the length and width are the same. As I mentioned before, here the units are not the same, here feet and here inches. Therefore, let me convert these into inches. You know that 1 foot equals to 12 inches, right? So 2 feet, 2 times 12, 3 feet, 3 times 12, and so on. Therefore, here 18 times 12. Then, as I mentioned before, 1 foot is 12 inches. So 2 feet, 2 times 12, 3 feet, 3 times 12. So 13 feet means 13 times 12. Now, what is the area? What is the area of the room? It is in the shape of a rectangle, therefore length times width. Already we copied here that 18 times 12 times 13 times 12. Therefore, let me grab my calculator and compute. It is 18 times 12 times 13 times 12. I got 33,696. 33,696. Already we converted these values into inches, therefore, these many square inches. Even if you don't multiply, there's a shortcut that I'll tell at the end. Okay, let's skip that for time being. Second one is these tiles are to be laid. So let me compute what is the area of one tile. Okay, again, area equals to, it is a square, therefore side into side. Already we copied that 12 times 12. That gives me 144 square inches. So here, part 1, we computed area of room. Part 2, we computed area of the tile. What to do next? Let me give a simple example. Let's say that there is a rectangle, okay, whose measurements are 1, let me take small numbers, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can check that. So this is 5 and here is 2. Suppose if this room is to be paved with 1 by 1, 1 by 1, which means here the tiles are to be laid 1 by 1. So 1 foot long, 1 foot wide. Okay, how many tiles are required means, in fact, you know, this is a very simple example. So you may draw. Do you see that here 2 feet means I'm taking as 1 and 1. So I'm making into two portions. This is 5 feet means 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, how many are required means, how many tiles are required means, actually here you can compute manually, that is 1, right? Here 1 tile is required, second tile, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a small rectangle so that you can compute, but here you cannot count because it's such a big room, right? So the technique is if you observe carefully number of tiles equals to, you please multiply, that means find the area of the room, that is 5 times 2, that gives you 10, that is divided by area of one tile. What is the area of one tile here? 1 time 1. So 10 divided by 1, that is equals to 10 tiles, right? Even if you count also, you see that we need 10 tiles to fill this small rectangle. So from this you can derive that number of tiles equals to, from this you can derive that number of tiles equals to area of the room, area of the room over area of tile. You know, all these conditions you better memorize, but when you practice more of this kind of questions, that stays in your mind. So now let me plug in here. What is the area of the room means already you computed. Then that is 33,696 over area of one tile goes to the denominator, which is 144. Now let me grab my calculator. 33,696 divided by 144, that gives you 234. So number of tiles required to pave the room is 234. 34. Okay. Questions. Again, it's a gentle reminder that I want you to remember this condition. That is, the number of tiles required is area of the room divided by area of tiles. Now let me go to the next question. Actually, this question is slightly different. If you can use algebra or you can go for guesswork. In fact, in the beginning, when I was talking about these rules, look for a pattern, systematic guessing. Do you see that systematic guessing also is given? Actually, in this particular question, in this particular question, a farmer has 64 feet of fence to enclose a rectangular vegetable garden. So there is a rectangular vegetable garden. I don't know either of these two values. I don't know what is the length, I don't know what is the width. So you may assume that one is x and the other one is y. Which dimensions would result in the biggest area for this garden? Option 1, length and width are equal. Length and width are equal. So please remember, fencing means you know that is we put around the field, right? Okay. Therefore, I would say that you know that of perimeter of a rectangle is perimeter equals to 2 times length plus width, right? Now, fencing means, please remember, that is representing the perimeter, right? Fencing means that is representing the perimeter. Therefore, in the place of perimeter, take 64 equals to 2 times what we thought is length is x and width is y. So let me take length is x, width is y. Okay. You know how to isolate the variables here. 2 is multiplying, so inverse operation is division. Therefore, after the cancellation, you are left with x plus y equals to 32. But I don't know what is the value of x and I don't know what is the value of y. Then here you have to go for a systematic guess. Okay. Now, option 1 says that length and width are equal. Suppose if these two are equal, then how can I split 32 means in case of option A, these two must be, if I split equally, then these two must be 16 and 16. 16 and 16. Does it make sense? Okay. Now, suppose you take the second case. The length is 2 meters more than the width. Length is 2 more than width. Any guesswork? Any guesswork? I know that these two are not equal. Therefore, let me reduce 16 by 1 unit. So, if it is 15 and increase this one by 1, so 17. Is the difference is 2? Yes, it is. So, width is 15, length is 2 more. Okay. So, the technique is when he is talking about 2 more, but I changed by 1. That is half of 2. If 4 is more, if the length is 4 more, then you reduce this one by 2 units and here you increase by 2 units. So if you reduce by 2 units, it becomes 14. And if you increase by 2 units, it becomes 18. And please see that the difference of these two equals to 4. Now, the last option is D. And this time here, it is 6 units more. 6 units more means half of 6. That gives me 3. Therefore, down 16 by 3, 13. Increase 16 by 3, so that becomes 19. Now the difference of these two values, it is 6. The question is which dimensions would result the biggest area? Biggest area. As you know that area means length times width. So here I'm going for a guess. Of course, you can try in algebraically also. So here I'm going for a guess. Then first I'm taking them, they're equal. Then I already explained that how to separate them. Now what is 16 times 16? Let me multiply here. 16 times 16, that gives me 256 square units because it's area. Also, it is going to be square feet. And next, 15 times 17. 15 times 17, 255. Oh, we are looking for the biggest area. So 255 square feet and 14 times 18. Let's see what it is. 252. Oh my gosh, it's going down. 252 square feet and 13 times 19. 13 times, my bad. 13 times 19, it is 247. It is 247 square feet. As I mentioned before, the farmer is looking to maximize the biggest area. So I see that this is the smallest, this one two, and this is the highest of all. Therefore, then he should go by these dimensions. So 16 by 16. Therefore, my option is A. Questions on this? Any questions? Well, if you have questions, send an email. Okay. A carpenter is building a trellis for the vine to grow on. The completed trellis will have two sets of diagonal. Don't forget the diagonals. So the diagonal is this one. Okay. These are the diagonals. These all are parallel. Okay. Now, the diagonal pieces of wood that overlap each other. If pieces A, B, C, and E, do you see that this is piece A and this is piece B and this is C, this is E. These are the pieces. These are parallel and the measure of angle 1 is 55 degrees. This is important. So measure of angle 1 is given as 55 degrees. This is given as 55 degrees. What are the measures of angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4? Okay, angle 4. Now, I know you might forgot, otherwise let me draw. Let's say that this line and this line, these are parallel. I'm trying to show a big picture. and this is the line, this is the line. If this angle is given as 55 degrees, 55 degrees, okay, and what is the measure of this one means, think of it. What is the relation between these two? What is the relation between these two? Are they alternate angles, corresponding angles? Sum of co-interior angles is 180 degrees. What could be that? They are corresponding angles. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding angles. Therefore, angle 2 equals to 55 degrees because they are corresponding angles. Even angle 3 also, if you take angle 3, please notice that these angles are having the same shape, and I hope you remember that when two lines are drawn, then these angles which are having the same shape and they are called as corresponding angles. These two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, therefore the angles on the same side of the transversal, these are called as corresponding angles. Therefore angle 3 is also 55 degrees. What is the reason means corresponding angles. I want you to brush up your parallel lines skills and practice maybe a couple of questions. Then I want you to give a try on your own. What is the value of angle 4? It is left it to you. So let me go to the next question. In case if you have any difficulty, please email. Then I'll answer. Else I'll take in my next session. Suppose you are painting one side of a house. 1 gallon of paint covers 300 square feet and costs 29.99. How much will it cost to buy enough paint if you apply 1 coat of paint? So, look at the question. This is the combination, or else I say that composition of figures. If you observe carefully, we find one rectangle at the bottom and one triangle here, right? So if you want to paint means obviously you have to find the area. So let me start with the area of a triangle, which is base times height over 2 or half times base times height. It's one and same. What is base means? Please notice that if this is 41 feet, then this one also should be 41 because opposite sides are equal. So what is the value of base means? That is 41 feet multiplied. What is height means? You can see that height of the triangle is 16 feet divided by 2. So you can make use of calculator. It is 328 square feet. Anyhow, you are not going to paint just the triangular part. You are going to paint all over. So just I computed this one. And the second part is, you see that uh, you have to paint this part, the lower part too, which is in the shape of a rectangle. Therefore, area of a rectangle equals to length times width. So what is length means? You see that 41 feet and width is 19 feet. Therefore, it is 41 times 19. So let me grab my calculator. 41 times 19, that is giving me 779 square feet. Now, If you want to paint the triangular part and the rectangular part, you have to compute both the areas separately, then you have to sum up. So when I combine these two, the total area is total area equals to 328 plus 779 1107. These many square feet. Here is the tricky part. Listen carefully. The last part is really, really tricky. 1 gallon paint covers 300 square feet. 1 gallon paint tin covers 300 square feet. Suppose if I buy one tin, then it covers 300, right? But I have to paint 1100. In case if I take two tins, my apologies, the shapes are really horrible. Another 300. So total 300 plus 300, that is 600. In case if I buy 13, what happens? Another 300, which is 900. I have to paint more than 900. More than 900. So I have to go for fourth tin. If I take a fourth tin, then 300. 300 plus 300, that gives me 600, right? Not sufficient. 600 plus 300, that makes 900. That's not sufficient to paint 1107. 900 plus 300, that is 1200. Then you may get a doubt. Then I'll be left over with some extra paint because I have to paint only 1107. You know that three paintings are not sufficient. Three paintings are not sufficient. Though you are left over with some more extra paint, still you have to purchase four tins. There is no other go. Right? Then mathematically, how to solve this one means, just give me a second, let me clear it off. What to do is, instead of doing these kind of additions, subtractions, and all these things, what you have to do is, we know that 300 square feet, so 1107 divided by 300 you take. Therefore, you get that, let me make use of calculator, 1107 divided by 300, that's giving me 3.69. Oh, so you need 3.69 tins. But if you go to a store and if you ask that you want some 3 tins, 3.113, 3.4, 3.7, they don't give. But instead, actually 3 tins are not sufficient, then we have to go for a whole number so that we need 4 tins to paint. And again, it's given that the cost of one tin is 29.99. Okay, so cost of one tin equals to $29.99. And what is the cost of 4 tins? Already just now you computed here how many tins are required. So cost of 4 tins is how much? So 4 times 29.99, 4 times 29.99 is $119.96. Of course, in addition to that, you have to pay taxes also. That is a separate part. But basically, you have to pay 119.96. In case if you want to round it, I know that you will not wait for the cashier to give you back those 4 cents. So it is approximately $120. Okay. Questions, please. Let me take you to the next question. Oh, this one, it seems a little difficult, but it is not. Bruce's is 12-foot long leash is tethered to the corner of his expansive 7 by 5 foot dog mansion. How much outdoor territory can he mark? So here, these are the dimensions of dog mansion. So if this one is taken out, the remaining part we have to compute. Remaining part means I see that here 1/4 of a circle here, 1/4 of a circle. And I see that here another quarter circle. Remember, quarter circle means 90 degrees is the central angle. Okay. And again here, I'm trying to use different colors. So this is, oh my gosh, the central angle is not given. The central angle is not given. Let me try to take maybe some different color. Okay, I don't have much options. Okay, this is the third part, and maybe let me shade this one with green again. So anyhow, we have some 4 parts to be computed. So this is the first part. I see that it is a quarter circle or 1/4 of a circle. Please observe carefully. This portion is indicating 1/4 of a circle. So area 1 equals to, it's a quarter circle. Either you can take 1/4 area of a circle, or you know that the L shape is exactly 90 degrees. So you can take 90 over 360. So you know either of these two are fine. So if you want, let me take that 90 over 360, because the central angle L shape, don't forget, it is 90 degrees. So 90 over 360, area of a circle is pi times radius square. So that is 90 over 360 times pi value 3.14. What is the radius means? You can see that here it is 4 feet. Therefore, radius square. Next, let me take area of the second one. This is also a quarter circle. Please notice that this one is also, representing a quarter circle. So quarter circle again, L shape is 90 degrees. Therefore, the central angle over 360 times pi times radius square. That computation part, I'll do it at the end at once. So 90 over 360 times pi value multiplied by, what is the radius means? You see that here it is 2 feet, right? Therefore, radius square. Now, coming to the third part, area 3. Here, I'll spend some time. I don't know what is the central angle here. But we all know that the total angle in a circle is 360 degrees, 360, right? And if I exclude this L shape, please remember L shape means 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Again, I'm repeating, the total angle is 360. From that 360 degrees, if I exclude this L shape, please don't forget that L shape is 90 degrees. L shape is 90 degrees. Therefore, if I remove that 90 degrees, what is the remaining angle means? So 360 Let me take away 90 degrees, then I'll end up with 270. Now, this 270 degrees part, I see that it is separated into two equal halves. Two equal halves. Here is this part and this is the other part. Therefore, if I split this one into two equal halves, then each part will be 135. Therefore, here the central angle is 135 and here the central angle is 135. So, central angle, which is 135 over 360 times pi times radius, my bad, pi value, let me take, yeah, pi times r square. So 135 over 360, pi value is 3.14. And what is the radius means? You see that it is given as 12 feet. So radius square. Now coming to the last part, that is area of fourth piece. So let me write that area 4. The central angle is same. So exactly we are going to repeat the same. Or else if you are smart, you can multiply by 2. Or else you may write central angle over 360 times pi times radius. I see that the same radius which is 12 square. Okay. You can do this way or else you may combine these two parts and you can say that 270 is the central angle, because if you exclude that 90 degrees then you can say that 270 over 360 times pi r square. That way also you can do it. It's one and same. Okay. Now 135 over 360 times pi value 3.14, radius is 12, radius square. Now the last part is when you add all these four areas, you get the total area. You get the total area. So let me make use of a calculator. So 90 over 360 times pi is 3.14 times radius square is 4 square, this one, plus second area is again 90 over 360 times pi times radius square is 2 square, which is 4, plus I'm taking the next one 135 over 360 times pi r square. Okay, so I have done this one quickly twice. I ended up with 354.82 square feet. Okay, you may take after decimal 2 digits, or else if you wish, if you want to round it, you may write 355 square feet to the nearest whole number. Okay, so any questions on this? Well, we'll discuss more questions in the next session. We have some pretty interesting questions. These questions I'll take in my next session. Okay? All right. That's it for me. Have a good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. Bye.